Good morning, everybody.
What you did.
No, I think I can. It's still all very fresh in my memory. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Pat Steadman. I'm the State Senator for District 31. If you live in House District 2 north of 8th Avenue, you're in District 31. So that's very few of you, but I always want to. I live there, so I always want to be here with you. We finished the session, 2 weeks ago. Incredible amount of work this year. You've probably read about it. You've heard about it. I know the speaker is out on a cruise right now. Lots of people are vacationing. I've never seen a legislative session work as hard as this year's session. We did a lot of late nights the last few weeks in April and the first week of May. There was one night the Senate stayed in the chamber until after 1 in the morning. Voting on one of the big bills that we're going to talk about. Our hard work paid off. We accomplished so many things this year. It's just really amazing. And I don't know if any of you are on my email list. I've been putting out the propaganda about the busy year I had and also just everything that's happened this year. And I don't know, do you want me to kind of rattle through both of those things? Am I the only one that's going to talk about the session?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me first just run through some of what I worked on this year, and then I'll tell you, and you'll see those are some of the big things, and then the other big accomplishments that we made. I chair the budget committee, so this year's budget was, I think, really a wonderful thing. We had an improving economy, returning tax revenues, reinvested money back into human services, things like mental health and child welfare, services for seniors and people with developmental disabilities, put a lot of money back into human services, something that had either been cut or hadn't been increased for years and years. And there's a lot of good that's going to come from that when you talk about vulnerable people in our society, children in the child welfare system, or people with mental illness. We've really made some strategic investments there. We also started the process of restoring funding that has been cut from education budgets over the past 3 years. We increased higher ed by $31 million, increased school finance by $40 million more than the rate of inflation plus growth, plus another $20 million on top of that for programs for children with disabilities, special ed programs. The governor just signed that School Finance Act into law yesterday. Up in Breckenridge, I went up there to do that. That was one of the other bills I sponsored this year. In addition to the budget, I was one of the sponsors on the School Finance Act. There's 2 School Finance Acts this year. I was